Hello everyone, this is DJMM here. Wow. As people may know, this is the trial run, and if this does well in viewership and the reviews in general, and people actually like this, put your comments of what you think about this in the description below. But I have watched the sub version of Chainsaw Man. Now, people know how my thoughts normally go. I am not here for the story. The story, people probably could find out by watching it themselves. I'm more here for the animation, art style, and sound effects. And I'm normally with that on every series. I think if it comes to, depending on what series it is, I may have some opinions on the story, but in general, for a first episode basis, I don't try to put my thoughts down because there's a lot more details as the series progressed. And with Chainsaw Man, the first episode has went out. People are probably already watching it, and this video probably will be shadowed in oblivion with a million others that could do better quality videos than I can with something like this. If this does well, these videos will be a little bit shorter than this one as well. But to put, what this is about, it's my thoughts of how the first episode of Chainsaw Man went. And if this does well in viewerships, in views in general, and people like this as what they can say in the comments, there'll be more like these in the future. Okay. First episode Chainsaw Man blew me away. For the art style, there wasn't much of a hiccups on that. I think when I first watched it in the beginning, it was kind of beautiful. It kind of mind-blowing. For something like Chainsaw Man, you would think it'd be very grim, very dark. But no. And putting it through a storyline ideal, selling body parts for a certain amount of money is kind of crazy. I think there was one where he said, I sold my nut, if you catch the grift there, for what was it, 3,000 or 3 million? I would not sell my nuts at all for any price. They're priceless. Talk about not having any more kids anymore. LOL, joking right there. But I guess in a story based, not to give it too much away, if you're pretty much left with a debt from a family member, from any type of family member, I guess, that must be a pain in the butt. Yeah, I had to put that out there. I guess some body parts might be worth some money, but after a while, you need to really find a better job, or really start looking into something that pays darn well, especially how much he owes. Do not give the story away. That's pretty much crazy to me. Now I will say from it was kind of crazy. We did learn a little bit. Now the story didn't win as what I expected. I was kind of expecting to see him transition into Chainsaw Man, the main character, but this one did not show that. So how that sequence of animations will look, it's totally unknown. But we did get to see Chainsaw Man in his true form and see how it actually, how he turns back to being human afterwards as well. The animations from him were amazing. From the chainsaw blades on his both arms, we've seen so many images of that. There was I think a split second of when he was fighting that it might have clipped a little where it kind of didn't look natural. I think it's such a split second, so quick that the only way you could catch that, if you're truly looking for it, like me, I was looking for some flaws and I was seeing all the good too. And there was a little bit like that where it's such fast motion that you won't catch it unless you're really looking for it and digging your eyes deep with your eyeballs. But yeah, the animation and art style was quite magnificent. I will also remind you, when they say gruesome, they mean it. Do I think this is as gruesome as the latest series, Cyberpunk 2077, Edge Runner? No. I think in some ways this does have its blood and it does have its evil guts, but literally, you'll catch what I mean at the end, towards the ending episode, towards the ending sequences of this first episode. But it's not very gruesome or over the top. I think it's very controlled, which I appreciate. For the, I think in some ways, it was kind of mind blowing how it went from color to very dark tones. Towards the end, it went grim. I think in anyway, any terminology with that, I liked it. It still had its beautiful tone towards the very last sequences. Which, if you have seen the trailers, you will know what sequences I'm talking about. And I think that's something that this series has. It blends very dark and grim moments with beautiful color design. And it's actually very noticeable. Like I said, besides very minute clipping of certain sequences of animation, thumbs up, awesome. It was totally mind-blowing. I think if there's one kind of thing I think, and this is going to sound effects now, the chainsaws seem kind of unnatural, the sounding of it. But I think that'd be one thing that'll be kind of hard to pinpoint, especially because when I watched it, he had the chainsaw running, but the blade wasn't spinning. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of didn't sound natural to me. But then again, I guess he's considered part demon, so does it need to sound natural when it's a chainsaw? I don't think it will matter. So I kind of give that a pass, even though to me it just sounded off. Hearing it ramp up, but you don't see the blade moving. Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's just one thing to notice. This thing, I am definitely looking forward to watching this in my theater. Because the bass in this series is ridiculous with sound effects. It was, holy crap, there was an entire scene of what we seen this in the trailers as well. I think that entire scene was rumbling. I have two different types of headphones that are kind of bass frequency headphones that can handle very minute low ends. Sometimes I think it's ready to tear itself apart for how much low end, for how I modified it to be. And some that are just pure dialogue can play very clear, mellow sounding with less bass. When I tried my first headphones for the mild clearness, the dialogue portion it sounded quiet. Without the bass, it's not, if you don't have any bass or any kind of way to make bass, you would tell there's a difference. The dialogue's just not there. It kind of makes it boring. Just to say, for sound effects wise, you're kind of sleeping there. If you use something with a little more oomph for headphones or a little bit bassy speakers, I think in some ways you're going to be mind blown. I am very impressed with that. The low end makes the series pop, to put it bluntly. There's a lot of rumbling. There's a lot of bass. There's a scene that kind of reminds me of some movies where you hear the low end rumble, this frequency, very low, kept going. To a point where if you put it like full volume, you're afraid you might blow your headphones, kind of kept going. Yeah, literally. They have scenes like that in this series. It was pure awesome. I think I was expecting a little bit more bass with the chainsaws or with them fighting, but I didn't get that. Besides maybe him getting flung into a wall or a barrier. But I kind of understood why. Now, if it comes to the music and it's perfect. The voices as well for, the sub version is the one I watched. Was pretty much loud and clear. You could hear every single thing they said. I think if this one ain't a series that will make it, you can hear every single detail around you, like Classroom of the Elite Season 2, that was pretty impressive with that. This one's pure bass madness. So keep that in mind. I think the farther you go into the series, the more bass nuts craziness you find will happen. To the point where if you have weak headphones or headphones that have its speakers kind of blown, you would definitely hear it. It kind of makes me laugh because seeing that, seeing him change into Chainsaw Man was awesome. I will say the series was pure awesomeness. I truly enjoyed it. But these are my thoughts of Chainsaw Man. Like I said, this video might be about 10 minutes to 11 minutes long, not by choice. I am literally putting my thoughts for the first episode of the sub version and just saying what these would be about. Normally, if these go well, this one goes well, I would be making it around less than 9 minutes long. So keep that in mind. Thank you all for watching. See you all for maybe the next one. Have fun, everyone. DJMM here, signing out.